Ryan is 25 years old and highly disciplined. For 5 years, he has worked at a local grocery store, steadily climbing the ranks and saving a portion of every paycheck. This chart shows the mathematical reality of his progress. Plotting his savings over time reveals a growth line that is nearly flat. Even with his consistent contributions, his wealth is moving at a linear, glacial pace. He has also reached a physical limit. Between his shifts and the commute, he is out of both time and energy to take on a second job. This is the work-save-wait trap. It's a cycle that keeps even the most disciplined workers financially stagnant because their income is entirely dependent on their physical presence. Wage labor is a capped system. To move beyond this plateau, Ryan needs a mechanism where his income can grow without requiring an equal increase in his personal labor hours. Seeking a way out, Ryan meets Mr. Dana, a wealthy business owner who doesn't trade hours for cash. Dana's strategy is built on turning capital into an engine that runs on its own. The first step in this blueprint is capital protection. You must save what you can from your current earnings, while strictly avoiding loans for your initial investments. This diagram represents a common financial leak. When savings are used to buy depreciating items like high-end phones or cars, the capital is draining out of the bucket before it has a chance to be deployed. Aggressively protecting these initial savings is the prerequisite for everything else. You cannot build a productive system if the raw materials are constantly being spent on liabilities. Once the capital is protected, it must be activated. Instead of looking for complex stock market plays, the mentor suggests finding micro-opportunities hidden within the immediate local environment. Ryan notices a lack of affordable laundry services in his neighborhood. He takes his protected savings and purchases a single washing machine to start a small-scale service. This flowchart shows the activation process. By moving capital into a low-risk asset, Ryan is paving the way for his money to generate its own returns. The initial profits are small, but they represent a shift in his financial structure. These dollars are being earned while Ryan is physically at his job at the grocery store. These activated savings generate micro-returns, regardless of whether Ryan is working, sleeping, or resting. This is the mechanic of compounding. By reinvesting the early profits rather than spending them, Ryan scales his operation from 1 washing machine to 3. To protect his progress, he then diversifies. He starts a second stream of income by renting out a spare room in his house, ensuring that his financial stability doesn't depend on a single service. This pie chart shows the rule of moderate reward. To keep the engine growing, personal spending is capped at 50% of the total profit, with the other half going back into the business. Maintaining this cycle requires years of consistency. Ryan has to stay patient and continue learning how to adapt his small businesses as they grow. Systematic reinvestment and diversification are the mechanisms that transform a single purchase into a self-multiplying economic system. 5 years later, Ryan visits Mr. Dana again. He arrives in a practical car that he bought using only the profits from his passive streams, leaving his primary wages untouched. Ryan's assets now cover his essential living expenses. While he still holds his job, he is no longer there out of survival, as his passive streams provide him with the autonomy to make choices about his own time. Financial freedom is the result of how efficiently you deploy your capital, rather than how many hours you can physically work. The math of activation and reinvestment is indifferent to the size of the starting amount. These principles apply whether a person begins with $100 or $10,000. Look at your own environment today and identify one small way to activate your savings. The process of compounding begins with that first small application of capital.